Mikel, how proud are you of your team tonight?
Obviously very proud. I mean, we had a very complete and a big performance collectively, and you need that in terms of organization, in terms of what we had to do to dominate the game and to create Madrid problems. And then this night is about all the two factors. One is the atmosphere that we created 15 minutes before kickoff already, something I haven't seen before. So playing with that energy, with that commitment with your crowd makes a huge difference. And then magic moments, individual moments that decide football matches. And the first two goals of Declan is just, I think it sums up the night.
Okay, we'll do a few questions in English and then we'll go to Spanish questions. John Cross from the Mirror in English.
Mikel, was Declan always determined to take those free kicks? And tell us about his quality, because I think the first that he scored from direct free kicks.
He's been very determined, because we have talked in the last few months. We haven't scored a direct free kick since September 2021. Burnley away, Martin Odegaard. So it's been a long time. So to score 2 goals in 12 minutes of that magnitude, of that quality from the same player, a player that has never scored a free kick before in his career, I mean, what are the odds? But he's done it tonight, and I'm a big believer. I think the crowd played something with the energy that they put in, and it helped us massively to win the game.
Okay, Gareth Cottrell from Sky Sports.
Mikel, congratulations.
Thank you.
Everything you asked for in the build-up to this match, from the fans, from the players, from yourself. I don't know if you have wild dreams, but in your wildest dreams, did you ever think that this could happen?
I did. I mean, I was very convinced because I could sense in the preparation that we were really at it, that we had that belief and that trust that we could create Madrid a lot of problems. But then it was the theme of the game, make it happen. Then you have to make it happen. But if you have that mindset and that belief, things can happen. And we delivered today. It's just half time, but we are very happy.
Sam from Telegraph.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
Are Bukayo and Dec both okay? What were the issues?
Yeah, I think Dec had an issue with the foot. I don't know if it was a tackle or what was it. And Bukayo, after he got tackled on the foul, I think he had a knock, and he had to go out.
Serious, do you think?
He doesn't look serious now.
Alex from the BBC.
Hi Mikel.
Hi.
Just a word on Miles Lewis-Skelly, another step on his journey, another excellent performance and assist, and stepping up to the occasion tonight.
I mean, collectively, when you play the way we played and have the performance that we had, you need individuals at the highest level, and I think they all took the game to a different level, their individual performance to the standards that are required to beat this incredible team. So very happy. Now it's about consistency.
Tom from Football London.
Mikel, there's so much talk about you signing a striker, but have you already got him in Mikel Merino?
Well, it's been a season that we have to adapt constantly, and we went through a lot of things. We lost probably our best defender as well for 4 months, and Jakub comes in and he delivers the performances that he's delivering. It's not a coincidence, the way they train, the way they apply themselves, and the way they help each other, I think, produces those moments. And with Mikel is again his commitment, his desire to learn the position, to constantly be thinking on what he can offer to the team, and the team adapting to his qualities to try to deliver the best outcome.
Hi Mikel, there's always a lot of talk about Madrid's aura, and it's going to come up before the second leg. I mean, did you work on that kind of with the psychology of the team beforehand, like breaking them down, just looking at them as a mortal team?
Yeah, but especially that it was about us. That my feeling was that the team was super convinced, and we had the trust that we could do it. Because we've done it for now big periods against the best opposition that you can face in football for 2 years. And if you can do that, you can do it on the day. And especially with our crowd at that level, I think elevates the level of the team, and we have managed to beat them.
Well, was it important to get this big win in Europe as well? Because obviously Bayern was the first match against one of these major clubs. Was this kind of a threshold?
Yeah, I mean, you have to continue to make steps, and tonight we have one in the right direction for sure. And now it's half time, and now we have to go to the Bernabeu. We're going to have to elevate the level again to be the team that we want to be there, and to prepare the game to win it.
Amy Athletic.
Hi, Mikel. Is it possible to put some perspective on this kind of night in the sense that people are talking about it being maybe the best performance at the Emirates in the history of this stadium? And when you think about when you came into a team that wasn't always in Europe, had to spend some time in the Europa League, get back into the Champions League step by step, can you feel that perspective of what a result of this significance does to how people feel about, how you feel about your team and what they can do?
Yeah, I do, because I know how much work and how many decisions a lot of people has made in this football club to live the night that we had tonight. I told them, thank you so much for making us enjoy the journey to come here, and thank you for me feeling so convinced that tonight we're going to do it and we're going to make it happen. And it was a genuine feeling, because I think we are prepared to do that. And now we have to go to the Bernabeu and do it, and that will be another step.
Yes, and Daily Mail.
After drawing against Everton, how did you get the players up for this and against their psyche? Of course, when you look at their Real Madrid lineup, there's the stars from top to bottom. How did you get them so ready for this?
Well, a completely different game, two different worlds of football and demands from the opposition. And you could sense, I mean, they've been waiting for this game, you know. The moment that we got the draw, there isn't a team, that club, that is going to motivate you there for the right reasons, because they changed the history of the competition, and they are the best team by far in the competition. And our challenge opportunity was to, face them and try to beat them.
It's obviously just the first leg, but do you feel that you've accomplished something here by putting through past Real Madrid?
We're going to enjoy the win, because we feel it deserves to do that, but we know it's just half-time, and we're going to have to be even better in Madrid to go through.
Okay, last two in English. Firstly, James from CBS.
Mikel, you said the word half-time a lot already, and I'm sure you'll be saying it a lot over the next 8 days. Does it in any way help that it's Real Madrid and it's at the Bernabeu, and that the players know what happens there? Is that going to help them keep focused and make sure they don't think the tie's won?
Yeah, well, they were talking about it immediately. You know, great, enjoy it, and now let's prepare Saturday very well, and then we'll have the time to prepare the next challenge in Madrid. But they are all very excited.
Okay, Phil Pierre.
Hi, Mikel. I know you keep saying it's only half-time, but what sort of message does that win send to the rest of Europe? And do you think Arsenal should now be considered as the favourites to win this?
No, because we have a tie that we are just, again, in the middle of it, at half-time, however you want to call it, and there is still so much to do yet.
Okay, questions from Spanish media. Firstly, Prime from Marco.
Yesterday you talked a lot about the importance of set pieces. With the 2 goals you scored, did they come from training and the work you do in set pieces? As I said, it's been 3.5 years since we last scored from a free kick, so it was just individual quality that played a huge role tonight, and that's the case in this tournament, and we saw that tonight. We have players who are able to do that, to give us momentum, and the 3rd goal you saw as well was a collective one. It was a fantastic goal. We talked a lot about the difference between Arsenal and Real Madrid. Do you think the victory today showed, what you're capable of relative to Real Madrid? And there's a week left. Do you think Real Madrid can come back? We've had a brilliant game, and we had a lot of motivation. That's why we won. But we have a game next week in Bernabeu. The things that happened today happened, but we have to demonstrate that we can do that again next week. After 5 years here, transforming the club, did you believe that Arsenal could win a game like this here? When you've not played against this team for the last 20 years, and when you've not really had a proper run in this competition, you have to be prepared to write your own history, and it's on nights like this that you can write history. And it came from collective and the individual quality of our players here. And we have a lot more to give. you worked under Guardiola for a long time, and if someone knows about, playing Bernabeu in the Champions League, it would be him with Man City. Are you going to talk to him in the next few days to ask him, what do you do to compete in the Bernabeu away in the Champions League? He's had a lot of situations like that, professionally, personally. We talked coming into this. I want to talk to him, and he's someone who admires the good things we've done, and it's important to learn from the best, to learn from people who have that experience. He's a very intelligent person, and I've had the good fortune to work with someone like that who's been able to help me much. What do you feel most proud of? I think the connection, the energy we had with the team. For big moments, big nights, the stadium was able to transform and help us to transform as a team into something superior to what we've been before. And we've had the players tonight who've been able to carry that momentum, carry that atmosphere, and create those magic moments.